Good morning, folks. Today we are in Maine at Baxter State Park doing Katahdin. Let's do it. And we're off. 3.2 miles to Pamola. I think that's what it is. The Helon Taylor Trail follows the blue blazes. So there is a reservation system here at Baxter State Park. I think I made my reservations 4 or 5 months ago, and they were almost sold out when I did that. And it's a Wednesday, late September. When you arrive at the park, when the park opens at least, there will be a line of cars waiting to get in. The gates open at 6. This first checkpoint is basically somebody turning cars around who shouldn't be there, who have no intention on coming into the park. And then you show her your reservation, or him. For me it was a her. And she allows you to continue up to the next checkpoint, the gate itself, or the little booth, whatever it's called. And then they will check you into the park and give you your day pass. If you haven't prepaid, that's where you would pay, I assume. And they ask you some questions about firearms and drones and fireworks. And then they send you on your way. You put your pass on your dashboard, and you're good to go. The drive to Roaring Brook Trailhead is approximately a half hour. Speed limit's very slow, especially if you're behind somebody who's following it. What's on the agenda for the day? All right, we're starting here. Gonna go up to Pamola. It starts our 4,000 foot peaks for the day. And that's also where we'll pick up the Knife Edge Trail, which we'll take over Cathedral, South Summit, and then up to the highest point in Maine, Baxter Peak. And then we're gonna head down off of that, north to Northwestern Plateau, backtrack a little bit to North and South Howes, then Hamlin, and then we're gonna come back down to the parking lot. Should be 10 to 12 hours. Looks like the weather's gonna hold out. So, looking forward to it. I do have a couple of options to bail while I'm out there, but hopefully it won't come to that. We got a little glimpse of the ridge up there. Things are really opening up here 2.2 miles in. Got a view of some peaks here. Pamola, Cathedral. Over there's the South Summit. Looks pretty badass from here. Pamola. And wow. All right, here we are. The clouds have moved in behind us. 3.45 miles and 2 hours and 18 minutes. Now we're going to start the Knife Edge. Holy crap, look at this place. Wow. Wow. This is the Cathedral. It's our next stop. But first we have to down climb. All right, after that down climb, it's time to go up. I think that's probably going to be the most difficult portion back there, that quick up and down. Looking back at Pamola, the rest of the Knife Edge, that's the South Summit, and the main summit is just over there. Wow. The most dangerous, the most exposed part, but really it didn't seem particularly scary. Well, I mean, when you look down there, it's a long way, but past that, it's not particularly tight. Cruising along. This is spectacular. Knife edge, not as bad as I was expecting. It's awesome. One of my favorite hikes, period, I think. It's a little rainbow down there. All right, I think we're on the south summit now. Baxter Peak, straight ahead. Making our way. If you don't mind, I would be grateful.
Take care. We were going to summit tomorrow, but the weather was horrible.
All right, I didn't stick around up there on the summit too long, but that was the summit of Katahdin, Baxter Peak. It is the northern terminus of the Appalachian Trail. I got to take a picture of some AT hikers who are finishing up their journey. Pretty emotional stuff, man. I've been moving for 3 hours and 36 minutes. I did stay up there for a couple minutes, but done 4.6 miles or so. Now we are on the Saddle Trail. We're gonna wrap around and do Northwest Plateau. Totally different landscape up here. This is Cathedral Trail. This is a good bailout or loop. I mean, if you just want to go up and come back, that'll take you right back to the parking lot, I think. There's a really defined line between where there are just grasses and then there are these small evergreen type plants. It's kind of neat. I think the Saddle Trail here is another dump something. You get on there and you eventually find your way back to the parking lot as well. We're gonna head towards Hamlin Peak. Just as we are starting to go back uphill, lots of little trees, and the beautiful views are gone. All right, Hamlin somewhere up there. I'll be coming back for that. Hopefully we won't have to come back here to do that. Northwest Plateau, 1.1 miles, yes! I've been moving for 4.5 hours, covered 6.5 miles. Can't sit around, let's keep moving. Northwest Plateau is just barely visible there. So this little bump is going to be the highest point on Northwest Plateau. We'll go up here, tag it, and then it's walking back. I just kind of picked my spot up here. Took a look at the GPS for the highest point. I'm pretty close, so good. Now we backtrack 1.1 miles uphill to that intersection. We've been moving for 5 hours and 3 minutes and 7 seconds. And gone 7.65 miles. So right about here, I was expecting a trail that went that way, but there isn't one. I guess I've seen some GPX, overlays that show people just cutting straight to the Howe Peaks from here. I don't feel comfortable doing that in this environment, so I think I'm gonna add another mile or mile and a half or whatever it's gonna be to go back to that intersection and then walk all the way back. I mean, it's just like a quarter of a mile or something like that. Oh well. I guess I'll be a good person. Environmentally conscious person. Yay for me! Five and a half hours in, 8.73 miles. We're back at the Hamlin Peak cutoff. And I don't know why it says Hamlin Peak cutoff. It should be Howe Peak cutoff, but whatever. This is going to take us to those northern peaks. The path to Hamlin Peak is right back there and goes that way. Now you know. Finally made it up to the ridge. This is South Howe. Actually, I think the highest point is going to be right over here. But obviously, there ain't much to see. The big cairn over there, that might be the highest point, I guess. I don't know. All right. South, that means north must be just ahead of us. All right. This is North Howe summit, this little pile of rocks. We have one more to do, Hamlin, and then that will make every 4,000 foot peak on the Katahdin Massif. So what a smoking day. We've gone for almost 6 hours, 9.66 miles, and I'm starting to think about dinner. 0.2 miles to Hamlin. All right, that's 4,757 feet.
Yeah, there was a guy, probably what, we were guessing late 20s.
Some folks on Hamlin summit there. Really just another little bump, kind of disappointing. The views, there are none, so didn't miss anything. Going down the Basin Trail, I think, down Hamlin Ridge here. Should be a quick descent. Oh, you know, at the summit, it's been about 6 hours and 35 minutes. We've done 10.8 miles, and it'll be a couple more miles back. Well, I have to say the Hamlin Ridge is pretty cool too. Some drop-offs, a little bit of exposure. Wow, that is beautiful. I sure hope it translates to the video. And this is a view up Hamlin Ridge. Some of the clouds are opening up. Holy cow. Howe Peaks are up there. Knife edge up there. All right, last of the same shot. It's just so beautiful. Almost brings a tear to my eye. Man, it is beautiful. So just to point it out, this is the ridge that we took to the Knife Edge Trail, and then it went around, and the summit is just somewhere over there. So what I think I'm going to do is head over to Blueberry Knoll. You know, things are progressing nicely, and why not? Also, disappointingly, we're back in the trees. But it was beautiful while it lasted, for crying out loud. Wow. So Blueberry Knoll will add 4/10 of a mile, then we've got 3 miles back. Man. It's almost kind of sad things are ending, although I am pretty hungry. I did pack a freaking lot of food back there that I didn't eat, but that is normal for me. I'd say Blueberry Point is definitely a thumbs up. You can see the basin here. The Howes are right up there. Hamlin's over there. And then we have the Knife Edge, the Baxter Peak, and the other peaks up there. Spectacular. All right, this goes sign out. Back to the parking lot. All right, thanks for tuning in for this Katahdin adventure. We did 15.6 miles in 9 hours and just about 20 minutes. One of the best hikes I think I've been on ever. The route up, the Knife's Edge, the main summit, all spectacular. If you're not doing like peak bagging type stuff, I would ditch the Howes. I wouldn't stop at the Northwest Plateau. I would go down the ridge, the Hamlin Ridge, because that was great too. And yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.